The last topic that I had scheduled to talk about in this incredible first ever stream of the new Bad Empanadas scheduled streaming cycle, every week Saturday at 8 p.m. GMT, be there, is AI generated all eyes on Rafah image that everyone just started spamming. If you've been living under a rock, you don't use any social media at all. Like, this image appeared on Instagram stories right after Israel bombed refugee tents in Rafah and killing like dozens of people. And I guess it's kind of supposed to be like a bunch of tents.
I'm consuming.
It's an AI image, obviously, but it's like a bunch of tents, and some of them are sort of laid out to say all eyes on Rafah. And it got shared to Instagram stories like 100 million times or something. And this was like the first time that a lot of celebrities said a single thing about the genocide. This is for a lot of them, like them just pressing share on this button is the first time they ever said anything about it. You know, it's kind of this safe little message, like, just look at what's happening here. You don't actually have to really take a stand or anything. Just press a button, no effort. And I mean, I guess that's 0.5% better than nothing. But for one, we don't need AI images of atrocities in Gaza. That's what Israel needs. The Israelis are the ones who make AI images of their like imagined oppression, their imagined victimhood. For Palestinians, we have vivid videos of people holding up beheaded corpses of babies. We have like scenes of slaughter, scenes of destruction everywhere. There's no AI needed. If you want, upload a fucking video of what's really happening. What's with these mountains, by the way? What the fuck is that? Come on, like, upload a video of what's actually happening here. It's fucking insane, man. I honestly cannot fucking believe that this sort of thing is so difficult for people to actually do something meaningful about. It's not that fucking hard, man. Let's say you're a celebrity. Surely, if you're a celebrity who even remotely looks at social media,
I'm consuming.
Your feed is going to be full of like actual dead people, actual destroyed homes, actual destroyed buildings, constantly all the time. You know, they've seen this, right? We know they've seen it. Obviously they have. They're being pestered in their comments to talk about it for months now. And the first thing that you get from them is this. It's just sad. Like, people will say, oh, come on, it's better than nothing. Okay, sure. But if they really cared about this, if it's not just that they're seeing the tide turn and to the point where it's starting to look bad for them to say nothing, then why didn't they say something earlier? They had so fucking long to do something. It's just like I hate to use this cliche because it's used by conservatives a lot, but it really is just the current thing. Like, the same people who were tweeting like, oh, I stand with Israel on October 7th are now tweeting or like sharing this all eyes on Rafah image. It's literally like, I support the current thing. That's really the extent of it. And it's sad that it's being watered down to this. But far worse than that, because I don't want to like pretend that that's the worst thing. I don't want to pretend those people are like, the greatest evil in the world that we all must confront immediately, because that's not actually the case. Far worse than that is that like the Israelis saw this and their response to it was to say like, all eyes on Rafah? Well, no, all eyes on hostages. Or like, they made their own images like all eyes on Sudan, all eyes on Myanmar. Like, it's the classic Israeli response to your own atrocities is to say, but hey, atrocities also happen in other places, usually which Israel and the US support, by the way. And we're at the point here where awareness doesn't really do anything, by the way. We're at the point where it doesn't matter. People are aware. People have all the tools they need to find out what's happening. Nothing's being suppressed. Everyone knows what's happening. Everyone's seen it. Anyone who opens their Instagram feed, their Twitter feed, has seen the dead bodies. They've seen the destruction. They know what's fucking happening. We're at the point where awareness doesning do shit. The only thing that does anything is action. If you want my respect, if you want me to say at this point that you're doing anything for Palestine, minimum you need to be like, hey guys, go join the campus protest or something like that. At least show support for the actual people who are taking action, rather than just posting a fucking AI generated image, or even like actual not AI generated image. Because at this point, we're far beyond the problem being people don't know what's happening. People know what's happening. People really, really, really know what's happening. The problem is that their governments aren't being pressured enough into stopping supporting it. So if you want to show some real level of like solidarity, like as if you want to show that you really care right now and you're a celebrity, what you should be doing is, at the very least, trying to get people involved in like campus protests and stuff. Not even like donations. Donations are like some charity giving aid in Gaza at this point is really just a band-aid. We need this to end. And the way that you get it to end is to put pressure on your government. And the way that you put pressure on your government is by, at the very least, inciting or support the people to do real protests if you're not going to do it yourself. So get people to support the campus protest at the very least. If there's like a protest organized, post on your Instagram story so that your followers know about it, and maybe some of them will go and protest themselves, join the protest themselves. At this point, it's nothing to do with awareness, it's everything to do with action. So yeah, that's my opinion on the celebrities who are getting on the train very late. They're doing not just the bare minimum, but the bare minimum in the safest way possible. They're not even courageous enough to call for any sort of action. Even like liberal action, like non-violent protest is too much for a lot of them. So I'm not giving them any credit for it. It's too late, too little, too late. At this point, we can't turn back the clock and make them do something when it really mattered. I think we need to remember who was silent and for how long, pressure them, and make sure the next time something like this happens, they are reminded, or at the very least, shamed into not being able to stay silent for so long ever again.